Look, I'm just going to say it. LeBron James should have hung it up 2 years ago, maybe three. And before you blow up in the comments, hear me out. This isn't hate. This is love. This is respect. This is me watching one of the greatest players to ever touch a basketball turn himself into a cautionary tale about knowing when to walk away. LeBron's 23rd season isn't a victory lap. It's a farewell tour that won't end. And honestly, it's getting uncomfortable to watch. Let's be real for a second. LeBron James has nothing left to prove. 4 championships, 4 finals MVPs, all-time leading scorer. He played with his son in an NBA game. That actually happened. That's a movie script. That's a fairy tale ending that Disney couldn't have written better. And yet, here we are, watching him suit up night after night, playing for a Lakers team that's fighting for play-in spots like they're fighting for their lives. You know what LeBron reminds me of right now? That uncle at the family cookout who keeps talking about his high school football days. Yeah, we get it. You were great. We know. We were there. But now you're 40 years old arguing with teenagers about who's got next in a pickup game. It's time to let it go, man. Grab a plate, sit down, tell us the stories, but stop trying to relive them. And I know what you're thinking. He's still putting up numbers. He's averaging close to 23 points. He's still LeBron. But that's exactly my point. He's still LeBron, but he's not LeBron. You know what I mean? He's not the guy who's carrying teams to the finals anymore. He's not the guy who's putting the entire franchise on his back. He's not the guy who makes you believe anything is possible. He's just a guy now. A really good guy. A really skilled guy. But just a guy. The problem with greatness is that it sets an impossible standard. When you've been the best for 2 decades, being merely very good feels like failure. And that's what we're watching. We're watching LeBron fail by his own standards every single night. He can't guard quick guards anymore. He picks and chooses when to play defense. His team needs him to be Superman, and he's giving them Clark Kent with reading glasses. Here's the thing about legacy. It's not just about what you did. It's about how you leave. Michael Jordan left twice, and yeah, the Wizards' years were rough, but at least he had 6 rings and a perfect finals record before that. Kobe went out with 60 points in his final game. That's poetry. That's art. Tim Duncan just quietly walked away after winning it all one more time. That's class. Magic retired because he had to. Kareem passed the torch gracefully. They understood the assignment. But LeBron, he's out here acting like he's going to play until he's 50. He's talking about playing with his other son, Bryce. My guy, Bryce, is in high school right now. You're going to be 43 years old waiting for him to get drafted. That's not ambition. That's denial. That's refusing to accept that Father Time is undefeated. And trust me, Father Time always collects. You want to know the saddest part? We're watching LeBron become everything he used to kill. Remember when he used to hunt down aging superstars in the playoffs? Remember when he'd go at Paul Pierce or Kevin Garnett when they were past their prime? Remember the look in his eyes when he knew he had an advantage? Well, guess what? Now he's the old guy. Now he's the one that young players are targeting. Now he's the liability in crunch time. The circle of life is real, and it's happening right in front of us. And the Lakers aren't helping. They're enabling him. They're building rosters around a 40-year-old like he's 25. They're making decisions based on what LeBron wants, not what the team needs. It's like watching your friend stay in a relationship that ended years ago just because it's comfortable. Somebody needs to be honest. Somebody needs to say, hey, this isn't working anymore. It's okay to move on. Think about this. LeBron has played more minutes than anyone in NBA history. Regular season plus playoffs, it's not even close. He's got more mileage than a New York City taxi. His body has been through wars. He's earned the right to rest. He's earned the right to sit courtside with a nice suit and a glass of wine, watching the next generation and telling stories about the old days. But instead, he's out there running up and down the court, getting cooked by guys who weren't alive when he won his first MVP. And don't even get me started on the passive-aggressive Instagram posts, the cryptic messages, the I deserve better vibes. Brother, you're on a max contract. You handpicked half the roster. You got your son on the team. What more do you want? You can't have it both ways. You can't be the executive and the player and then complain when things don't work out. That's not how this works. Here's what kills me. LeBron's so focused on longevity records and playing forever that he's forgotten what made him special in the first place. It wasn't just the stats. It was the dominance. It was the fear he put in opponents. It was the way he made everyone around him better. It was the leadership. It was the clutch moments. It was the killer instinct. But now he's just collecting paychecks and breaking longevity records that nobody asked for. Nobody's going to remember that he played 23 seasons. They're going to remember how the last 5 looked. And that's the tragedy. You know what the worst part is? We're going to keep watching because we love him. Because we want to believe that maybe, just maybe, he's got one more magic run in him. We want to believe that he's going to flip the switch and turn back into 2016 LeBron. But he's not. He can't. That version is gone. And the longer he plays, the more we're going to forget about that version and remember this one instead. Think about your favorite musician. You want them to drop the mic while they're still great, right? You don't want to see them playing county fairs when they're 70. You want them to exit at the top, to leave you wanting more, to make you say, man, I wish they'd come back, not man, I wish they'd leave. That's the difference between a legend and a cautionary tale. LeBron James is on the verge of becoming the athlete equivalent of a movie franchise that went on too long. You loved the first 3 movies, the fourth one was questionable, and now we're on number 7, and you're like, why are we still doing this? Nobody wanted a 7th Fast and Furious movie with senior citizens. Nobody wants a 25th LeBron season either. And let me be clear, this isn't about hating on old players. This is about respecting what LeBron built. He's Mount Rushmore. He's top 3 all time. He's one of the most important athletes of this generation. But every day he stays, he's chipping away at that mountain. Every blown defensive assignment, every playoff miss, every play-in loss, it all adds up. And legacy isn't just about the peaks, it's about the full picture. The greatest gift LeBron could give to basketball right now would be to walk away, to retire on his own terms before the league forces him out, to leave while people still want more, to preserve what he built instead of watching it crumble one season at a time. But he won't, because he can't let go, because he thinks he's different, because he thinks he can beat time. And that's the most human thing about him, but it's also the saddest. So yeah, LeBron's 23rd season is proof he should have retired. Not because he's terrible, not because he can't play, but because he's no longer the standard. He's no longer the guy. He's just a really good player on a mediocre team, and that's not how the Kings should go out. He's earned better than this. We've earned better than this. But here we are, watching greatness fade in slow motion, and nobody has the courage to tell him it's time. LeBron James is the greatest player of his generation, and that's exactly why he should have already said goodbye.